Hello and hey, welcome to the 2025 edition of Scarface 1's NHL Playoff Predictions. Because as we know, last time I did this, it went very well. Didn't it? Did it? Also, from this point onward, I'm going to just use video game footage from, ESPN NHL 2K5 so that I don't get copyright claimed for this entire video. You know I'm probably still going to do it, but yeah, I'll just do that. Alright, let's go to the predictions, gentlemen. Okay, so this has to be the year for Winnipeg. This has to be the year Winnipeg breaks through, right? I mean, we've been saying this exact same thing so many damn times, it's become a broken record at this rate. The only problem is, Winnipeg is going to be facing a white-hot Blues team that doesn't seem to be showing any signs of cooling down. I mean, come on, they managed to win 12 straight, and Jordan Binnington is getting clutch at the right time. The President's Trophy curse is a very, very real thing, though, if there's any team that can break through, I think this might be the one. Jets in 7. We might be getting a really good series here. Episode 4 of the LA vs. Edmonton saga, or as something I like to call the Gretzky Bowl. The last time these two teams met, well, the Oilers won. And the one before that was also won by the Oilers. And the one before that was also won by the Oilers. It was a tad bit more close in the 2022 iteration. That being said, it might be a tad bit harder for the Oilers to reclaim the Cairns Clam Bowl trophy this time around, considering just how top-heavy everything really is. Not to mention that if they do win this series, there's a chance they'll probably get crushed by the Golden Knights. For the Kings, this might be their best chance to get revenge on the Oilers, considering the fact that a lot of their players are injured, such as Matthias Ekholm, who is also injured at this time. There's no guarantee that this will do anything, but I'm a bold man and I will say Kings in 6. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't have much interest in this series. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure it's the Wild and the Knights. I don't really think anything is gonna happen. Nothing's really gonna come out of this series. It's gonna be a fairly easy series for the Knights, and that's about it. Knights in 5. Sorry, Minnesota, not sorry. Ah yes, now we've reached the doomer portion of the predictions. As you can tell, the Avalanche are back in the playoffs along with the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars are really, really good this year, and probably would have won the Central if it weren't for Winnipeg's push for the Stars this year. No pun intended. That being said, I think they'll have a better chance of winning the Stanley Cup than the Jets. They seem more experienced and more battle-tested, and remember, this is the same core that did make the finals in the 2019-2020 COVID season, and only lost in 6 to the Lightning. Since then, the Stars have only gotten more and more consistent, being led by Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin. Not to mention my worst nightmare in Matt Duchene and Mikko Rantanen are on the roster. The Avalanche, on the other hand, oh boy, they kind of feel like they're on a downslide. Contrary to popular belief, I don't think the goalie tandem of Blackwood and Wedgwood will actually let them push for the cup like under Kemper and Francouz. And no, Gabriel Landeskog isn't the cheat code the Abs need. Stop pretending he is. Stars in 6. Words don't describe just how hyped I am for this particular series. Toronto finally gets the Atlantic Division crown, and Ottawa, after 8 grueling and brutal years of rebuilding and grinding, makes it back to the postseason, and the first team to meet them is, of course, an old friend. The Battle of Ontario, since it was first played in the 1999-2000 postseason, has always gone in favor of Toronto. Ironically, one of the few playoff matches people see and they'll immediately say, yeah, Toronto's gonna win this one. The problem this year for Ottawa is obvious. They are a young, hungry team, an emphasis on young, making their playoff debuts. In contrast, the Maple Leafs are a battle-tested, albeit maybe PTSD-riddled unit that has since developed a chip on their shoulders ever since the funniest thing ever happened in 2021. The only problem is, will they actually break through? Probably not, but at least they'll win this first series. Sorry, Ottawa, Leafs in 5. So how are they going to lose in 7 this time? Because we all know that's going to happen. Ah yes, the Battle of Florida. A rematch of last year's Eastern Conference quarterfinals featuring, of course, the same teams. The first 2 matchups between Tampa and Florida have both gone in favor of Tampa, and both of those times, Tampa Bay represented the East in the Stanley Cup Finals, winning it all in the case of the 2021 season, and of course making it in the 2022 season only to, fall short. While as in the case of Florida, they would represent the East last season. They would win it all in 7. Now, does this mean the winner of this series will go on to the finals? Not necessarily, but it is weird that it happened 3 times. All relatively early in the playoffs, too. These teams' strengths and weaknesses are as clear as day, though if I were to pick a team, I'd go for Tampa this year. They seemed like they have recovered from the cup hangover and they're looking for another attempt at the dynasty claim. Tampa in 6. A dream season for Ovechkin this year, as he became the all-time goals leader, passing the Great One in the process. Though there is a bit of a problem for the Capitals, something that bothers me about them. Make that a few things. First of all, the Capitals have not won a playoff series since the Stanley Cup Finals back in 2018, and every series since then has been losses to various degrees of embarrassment, whether it be losing to the Carolina Hurricanes in 2019, losing to the Islanders and their old coach in the bubble, losing to a weak Bruins team in the shortened season, becoming the first team to lose a playoff series to the Florida Panthers since 1996, or in 2024 where they just straight up got swept. This is where the Canadiens come into play. A pesky team with low expectations playing lots of must-win hockey at the end of the year. This could very well be a recipe for disaster for the DC unit even after Ovi's great season, but I think the Capitals can get over that and win this series in 6. I put this one on upset watch though. This could be interesting. This is another series I don't have much interest in, if I'm being completely honest. No offense to Carolina or New Jersey, I just don't have nearly as much of an investment in this. That being said, this could be interesting. I'll say Hurricanes in 6. As you can tell, these predictions are very obviously hastily made and not all that good. I guarantee that I'll get absolutely none of them correct. Yes, I imagine even the Dallas series. My personal pick for the Stanley Cup Finals would be Ottawa versus Winnipeg, the 2 Canadian teams that have never won the Stanley Cup, going after each other. They're currently in the playoffs. I know Vancouver's in there as well, but they are not in the playoffs, so sorry Vancouver, not sorry. There's always next year, I guess. Alright, goodbye, don't subscribe, get the hell out.